Hello everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. After that long R&D decision in the last episode, we finally decided to get some probe stuff with electrics and all of that. So now, we're going to be getting into orbit. Let's take this contract for orbiting Kerbin. And is there anything else we can do? I don't really see anything that I want to do so much, so let's go out of here and design us an orbital rocket. Now, since we already got all the science and stuff, let's just start new. Mark 1 command pod. Actually, you know what? This would be lighter. Let's just launch a probe into orbit. One of these, some photovoltaic cells so that it can stay alive, and a battery. Yeah, sure, why not? Just to make it more aerodynamic. This is our orbital package. We're gonna name this Kerb Sat 1. Okay, now we have to design something to get this into space so it can break orbit, or get into orbit rather. Let's just do 3 of these, and 1 of these. Actually, no, better to get 1 of these, and 2 of these. What's our part currently at? Parts 18 out of 30. We got plenty. So put some nose cones on there. Put the thrust limiter down to like 50.5 so we don't have such a strong ascent. Put these sideways so we can do an orbital roll, and put these winglets on. Okay. Now this is going to be our first attempt at getting into orbit, and to be honest, I haven't done gravity turns much, so there might be a few problems with it, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Gonna save this and launch. I don't plan on reverting any flights because to me that kind of sounds cheaty. So if this fails, it fails, whatever. Go in 3, 2, 1. We're off. Flight looks fairly stable so far. Slow her down a bit so we don't encounter such high aerodynamic pressures. And solid fuel burnout in 3, 2, 1, out. Okay. Couple, solid fuel's gone. Orbital rocket is still go for orbit, or orbital satellite rather. Looks pretty good so far. How's our apoapsis looking? Needs to go up some more. Maybe I shouldn't have turned so much. Come on. Come on, prograde. Okay. Slow down so we don't have such heat effects as these. 59, 60. Everything's going pretty well right now. And that's us out of the atmosphere at 70 for the apoapsis. So now we're just going to flatten this out. But yeah, so I stopped playing KSP around 0.9 just because there were some other games I started getting into, and that's why I haven't done many gravity turns, because I never had to really deal with the new aerodynamics. But for probably my first gravity turn for a long time, that went pretty well. Okay, let's start this engine up and kill it. We're gonna coast to before apoapsis and maybe get into orbit. Okay. Engine fire. I have to say, that went rather well. Now, let's turn this so that those, oh, clicked out of the game again, so that those solar panels can be getting that power. Okay. That went well. Alright. So let's go back to the Space Center. Probably should have put some science on that so I could send back some data to Kerbin, but you know, it's definitely not our last launch. Launching a liquid fuel engine into a suborbital trajectory. An escape trajectory. Gives me a lot of money. I bet I could do it. You know what? Let's take it. So we're going on an escape trajectory, and what that means is getting out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. It may sound fairly tricky, but it's not as bad as you think. I think actually all I'm going to do is modify this a bit. I'm going to put this on here, and this on here, so that once I get into space, I can do some science. All I have to do really is go straight up. I mean, it may not be efficient, but it definitely works. So what I'm gonna do is take these, put these here. Oh, what's wrong? Over the tonnage limit. You know, honestly, I think we can make it with what we had. So Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. There we go. And I'm testing this thing. So I'm gonna put these. Here. So what I'm gonna do is do this and this. That way this will fire, and then I can fire these. I think that's all we need. because it's just going straight up. If this fails, it fails. I'll create another design, but for this cost, it's not bad. Actually, before we do this, let's go ahead and do some upgrading, because we have plenty of currency to do so. Let's see. Not enough for that. We do have enough for this, and that gives us our patched conics, which is very important. So let's go ahead and do that. And how much is an upgrade for this? Yeah, that'll actually probably let us do our secondary design. You know what? Let's try it. Since we had enough to fix that up. So take these out. Engines. The thumper. Put these in. Oh crap. Is that center? No. Is that center? Yeah. Okay. Put these nose cones on. Turn the thrust down a lot. I guess let's do 40. There we go. And the price isn't that much different, but that's a whole lot more thrust, so maybe it'll go well. I don't know. We got our solar panels, our communications, and keep clicking out of the window. And where's our science? Is it underneath one of these decouplers? Yes, it is. So I'll move that to over here. Then put the decouplers on and save, and I guess let's go for lunch. SAS on. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Wait. Okay, I was making sure the solar panels are there. 3, 2, 1, launch. Oh, need some speed. Go, 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 go. Okay. Here we go. Probably should cut back on the use of my liquid fuel so it doesn't run out before the solid boosters do. These are the right ones, right? Yeah. Here we go. You know, honestly, we can do some random science on our way out. I can't remember. I've played with Ferrum Aerospace before, and I can't remember if these, well, the little satellite antenna, I can't remember if it gets snapped off at high pressure or not. I know it does in Ferrum Aerospace, but I didn't know if it did in stock KSP. If anyone knows, leave me a comment down in the comments, please, so I don't accidentally make a stupid mistake in the future. Some heat forces. Gonna pull back the throttle a bit. Solid boosters are gone. Ooh, that was a bit too close for comfort. Okay. Let's light this candle. Ooh, that almost made a bad error there. That would have completely voided our contract. Looks like our first stage is going to burn out just a little bit after space. And first stage burnout, separation, and launch. since we're in space, let's do some more science. Oh wait, we already got a temperature scan. Right. I think this will be enough. Well, I hope. And that's escape trajectory. So, I'm actually going to hold off on the fuel and see if we can do some maneuvering. Still in space near Kerbin. Right. We're on escape trajectory. Launch those. Woo, that's a long distance. That was fast. Okay, so that's contract completed. So once we get into high over Kerbin, I'm going to take another temperature sample, send it back, and we're going to go on. Let's see. We're getting sun exposure. That's good. So we've got plenty of electric charge. Speed this up a little bit. I'd say that's high over Kerbin. Sorry about that. My recording decided to slip out a little bit. Okay. So now, we're orbiting the sun. Let's take a temperature sample. Now my question is, can we get close to the sun? For a launch, for just testing something on a escape trajectory, I think we did pretty good. Let's see what we can do with this Delta V. I don't know how close an object can get to the sun without burning up, if that's a thing. Because I have a feeling that if you get too close to the sun, you get heat effects, but I'm not sure. Okay. Well, that doesn't put us any closer to Kerbal, really. Or sun. I thought it was Kerbal. Really? Okay. Someone tell me that I'm not the only one that thinks that, because I was almost positive that was Kerbal. Anyway, Space Center. That went rather well. Okay. Now we have enough science to either unlock 2 of these or 1 of these. And I think I'm going to unlock this one for the struts and the launch clamps mostly. And I don't really see any value in these too much, but I need to get that, so I guess that's the only reason. Which one am I gonna unlock first is the question. I guess this one for the inline reaction wheel alone. Okay, let's see what we got. Nothing too fun looking, really. I guess we can do that again. Get some extra money. Because we know... Wait, what's this? That's a total of like 111 or 110,000. That's a total of 70,000. What's the height? It doesn't matter. I think that rocket we just used could definitely do it. Antenna generate power. Sure, why not? Let's take this. Now, let's look and see where it's at. It's this one, I believe. Yeah, I think we can do that. Okay. So back in the VAB. I'm not so sure if I should use these or the tinier boosters. Let's see. Get that, and a science experiment for transmitting science from space around Kerbin. I guess just let's go with this design. I mean, it's not expensive. So if we lose it, oh well. Okay. Looking forward to get some contracts to where we can go to the moon. I definitely know this rocket could do it. This rocket seems to be able to do a lot. Okay, 2/3 throttle, and 3, 2, 1. Maybe we need to go max throttle for the initial launch, and then slow it down a bit. Maybe we need to go max throttle until the beginning of our gravity turn. Here we go. Okay, now we can go 2/3 throttle. Really need some separation rockets, because I'm afraid I'm not sure what'll happen when I detach these. Oh, we're getting some heating. Burnout in 3, 2, 1. Burnout. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is cut, launch, full throttle. Nice. What's our apoapsis looking like? Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Complete roll over to 180 degrees. And decouple. And we're gonna coast to apoapsis. Inclination looks good. We're in space, so we can speed up a bit. Get right to apoapsis. Aim down prograde. Oh, we haven't launched the engine. Launch. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've made orbit. How much fuel we got left? Oh, we got tons left. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is oh, right. Hold on. Let me orient this towards the sun so I can be getting some power. Okay, now, before we do anything else, I'm going to purchase another upgrade. This right here. So we have that right there where it says flight planning. Flight planning allows us to place nodes on our, really should have renamed this, but it allows us to place nodes on our orbital path on the map, so we can plan when we're going to fire our engines and etc. See, you see a little blue outline there. I can add maneuver and throttle up, throttle down, whatever. But first, what I'm going to do is fix a problem. There we go. Now they're easily distinguishable. Okay, so let's see here. I guess I'll add a maneuver here. Launch that out to match the apoapsis. And you have to play around with this oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. You have to play around with this to get it perfectly. That looks good. Okay. So I want to aim here, and in 29 minutes we're going to launch the engine and get to our designated orbit, or at least designated apoapsis. Now, let's see how the power does when there's no sun. I'd say we got enough battery on there. Now, when we launch for I forget. You're supposed to burn either side of the node, right? Estimated burn around a minute. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, when we go to the moon, we're gonna have more power than this. But anyway, I've learned that you need to burn on, see how it says about a minute? You need to burn when you're about 30 seconds on either side. So we're going to warp a little bit. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow it on down. Okay. So, just a little bit to get to 30 seconds. Okay. 1, launch. Oh wait, 17 seconds, 15 seconds. I bet it didn't go full throttle when I tested it the first time. Okay, we'll go 6. And we'll eyeball it from here. Looking good, and stop. That's close to the designated apoapsis. Actually, what I'm going to do is just go a little bit here and match the height, because I mean we can always change once we get there. So at about here I want to add a maneuver to get the periapsis, and I want to turn it this way. There we go. Burn down a little bit. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So now I've got a node for when we get up to our apoapsis, and I honestly think we have plenty of fuel to do so. So let's time warp. As you can see, our energy is draining, but is right back up when the sun comes out. That's a really beautiful picture. Hold on. Screenshot. Okay. I think that's going to be a thumbnail. Actually, hold on. There we go. I think that's going to be our thumbnail for this episode. Okay, so estimated burn around 6 seconds, so we want to wait till 3 seconds. Minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Okay, now we can time warp a bit slower. Just didn't want to go too fast. Slow on down, get readjusted real quick. 5, 4, and launch. Cut. Dang, did pretty good. Now we wait. And that's our contract. Awesome. Now we have a satellite orbiting around Kerbin that has a science payload on it, so that whenever I get a contract to transmit science data from space around Kerbin, I'm ready. Okay. Space Center. And I think that does it for this episode, so hang around for the next episode, and I'll see you guys then.